With 1/5 of the UK's adults now inked, tattoos have become a part of mainstream culture. Each year, Brighton hosts an annual tattoo convention, and we were keen to find out what the current perception was of people with tattoos.
You get famous people like David Beckham or, I don't know, any actors or whatever, they have tattoos now, and it's not so much of a crazy individual thing.
I used to go to church and stuff, way back when, but yeah, they used to criticise my tattoos and stuff like that, and my friends' moms wouldn't let us hang out with them because I had tattoos and that was bad, you know what I mean? But I think it's just sort of old-fashioned, old-fashioned beliefs that tattoos are associated with thugs and stuff, but it's more for fashion nowadays anyway, you know what I mean? It's not really a sort of culture.
People don't really care, and there's so many people that are actually tattooed. In England, the only people that come to say something are tourists. English people don't say anything, even in Finland they don't really mind. But in France they're a bit more rude.
With tattoos being more widely accepted, we investigated what styles are currently popular.
So you've got the different people who like tribal or whatever, but the majority traditional. When I first started liking tattoos, I liked Japanese, that's why I got this up here. But I started liking traditional, that's why I've worked my way down this arm. Hopefully get this finished when I've got a bit of money.
It was always one sort of style years ago, but as things have changed now since Miami Ink started, people sort of make it more fashionable, especially with the young ladies. They like certain styles, like their Chinese symbols, and the trouble is it goes out of date, then they don't like it because they can date you. Then they wanted tribal on the smaller back, then Jap signs, but it all goes out of fashion, they want names. So that's the only bad things with trendy things, it goes out of style. So
I like things with, more pattern based or geometric dot work, Tibetan, things like that. I've got stuff on, but things like Oriental, so sometimes Japanese. I like anything that's sort of East Asian. That's quite cool. I like stuff like that.
One style of tattooing becoming popular in the UK is tatau, a Polynesian style originating from Samoa.
The ink is tapped in, and when you do that you have different size tools according to the size of the piece, and you need one or two people to stretch the skin as well so the lines remain straight. So that's my job today. Polynesian tattooing has become quite in vogue recently. It's picking up in this part of the world, but obviously it's been going on for 2,000 years in Samoa, so I wear the traditional men's pair tattoo, which this took about a month. Yeah, it's all tapped. So it's the proper piece. If you get a little piece, it's not really that painful. But if you get a piece like this where there's a lot of shading, then that can be very painful.
Not only are there new styles, but females are now widely accepted as tattoo artists, as well as being an upcoming part of widespread tattoo culture.
I think it's changing recently. There's a stand over there that is they sell magazines, and it's a magazine about women and tattoo culture with women and stuff. And I think that's really good because we're sort of I wouldn't say shunned, but it's usually a sort of men's thing. But I think it's really good now.
There's more male tattooists, but there is a lot of girls coming out who are covered, they know what they're doing, they're just as good as the guys.
It's really easy, no problem. You can easily talk to a man tattoo artist without them looking at you nothing like that anymore.
Of course, tattoo artists have to put an emphasis on the fact that tattoos are with you for life.
If the tattooist he is a professional tattooist, if someone asks for their hands to be tattooed, they're just turned 18, they should say to them, they want to make sure that's a correct decision. It's 50-50, it's not just the kid getting tattooed, you need to decide if that's a good idea. And it becomes a lot of passion, it becomes what with who you know, what you know. You can't just tattoo anyone, you can't just pick up a fucking tattoo gun and think that's the way forward. You have to know what you're doing before you tattoo someone's skin. That's on their on their body for the rest of their lives.
In the last 10 years, over 1,000 new tattoo parlours have opened in the UK. We looked at how the tattoo artists that we met got started.
I had an extremely long apprenticeship that didn't get me anywhere, so I've decided to restart it. So although I've been in the industry for 4 years, I haven't gotten anywhere, but hopefully that's going to change soon. So.
I had a great interest from it when I was a small child. I always said I was going to get tattooed one day. As soon as I was 15, I got my first one, and I was tattooing by the time I was 16. I was in the Guinness Book of Records for 5 years, Britain's most tattooed man. That was in the 70s.
I've been always drawing since I'm a kid. My both parents are artists, and I've been a lot in school. I was really bad, and I was always drawing on my hands. And then I just discovered all the tattooed, piercing and stuff, and I thought, yeah, why not? Why not being a tattooist?
As you can see from this brief insight, tattooing in the UK is definitely on the rise. And the most enthusiastic aren't afraid to flaunt it.
There you go, fantastic.